We grew up believing there's only one script for love: find one person, commit to them for life, and anything else must mean failure. That's the story we were told in movies, in books, in the quiet conversations of family dinners. But look around today. More and more people are rewriting that script. They're asking what love could look like if we stripped away the fear of judgment and built it on openness instead. And the answers they're finding might surprise you. Polyamory and ethical non-monogamy are two of those answers. At their core, they're about choice. The conscious choice to love more than one person at the same time, with the full knowledge and agreement of everyone involved. No secrets, no side deals, no betrayals hidden in the shadows. It's love and intimacy approached with honesty as the foundation, where consent isn't just a one-time agreement, but an ongoing conversation, where trust is measured not by exclusivity but by transparency. This is not the chaos some imagine. It's a structure with its own rules, values, and commitments. And for the people who choose it, those commitments are just as real and binding as any monogamous vow. In today's society, the conversation about love is expanding beyond the traditional blueprint. Social media has created a global living room where people share personal stories, question old norms, and explore new ways to connect. Dating apps no longer just match us with potential life partners. They open doors to people who think differently about relationships, creating networks where ideas about love and commitment evolve in real time. Cultural norms, once rigid and unquestionable, are now shifting under the influence of diversity, inclusivity, and a growing respect for individual autonomy. At the same time, our collective awareness about mental health has reshaped how we view relationships. We now understand that emotional well-being and personal agency are central to healthy partnerships. This awareness encourages people to design relationship structures that reflect their authentic needs rather than conforming to inherited expectations. And as these conversations grow louder, polyamory and ethical non-monogamy are stepping out of the shadows and into public discourse. One of the biggest misconceptions is that polyamory is just cheating with permission. In reality, cheating and ethical non-monogamy couldn't be further apart. Cheating is a breach of trust built on secrecy, lies, and the absence of consent. Ethical non-monogamy is the exact opposite. It's defined by openness, honesty, and the informed participation of everyone involved. The best way to picture the difference is this. Imagine two houses. In one, someone sneaks in and takes what isn't theirs, leaving chaos behind. In the other, the doors are open, the guests are welcomed, and everyone inside knows exactly who's there and why. Both involve multiple people in the same space, but only one is built on respect. And that difference is the foundation on which these relationships stand. Polyamory and ethical non-monogamy offer benefits that often surprise those who have never experienced them. The first is flexibility, the freedom to form meaningful connections without forcing them into a one-size-fits-all box. This freedom encourages honesty, because hiding the truth defeats the purpose of the relationship model entirely. It demands self-awareness, pushing people to understand their own desires, boundaries, and emotional triggers. It also fosters deeper communication because with multiple partners, clarity is non-negotiable. These benefits can create relationships that are rich in trust and authenticity, but it's not without its challenges. Time management becomes a balancing act, as nurturing more than one relationship requires intentional effort. Jealousy, an entirely human emotion, can surface in unexpected ways, testing the resilience of everyone involved. And societal judgment, from whispered criticism to outright rejection, can weigh heavily on individuals, forcing them to defend choices that feel natural to them but foreign to others. Like any relationship model, it comes with both light and shadow, and thriving within it means acknowledging both At the core of any successful polyamorous or ethically non-monogamous relationship is a strong ethical framework. Informed consent is not just the starting point, it's the ongoing heartbeat of the relationship. Everyone involved must know, agree to, and feel comfortable with the dynamics at play. Transparency is non-negotiable, whether it's about new relationships, shifting boundaries, or emotional changes. This means having regular check-ins, not just when problems arise, but as a consistent habit to keep all parties aligned. Mutual respect acts as the anchor. Without it, the structure collapses under the weight of misunderstandings and resentment. Respect here means acknowledging each person's feelings, time, and place within the relationship. It means treating every connection as valuable, regardless of how long it's been or how it compares to others. When these ethical pillars are in place, the relationship can navigate complexity without losing stability. These relationships are more than just personal choices. They are reflections of shifting societal values. We are moving from a culture that prizes conformity to one that increasingly respects individuality and autonomy. Polyamory and ethical non-monogamy embody the belief that love is not a limited resource to be rationed, but a renewable one that grows when shared intentionally. They challenge the idea that there is only one right way to commit and open up space for conversations about consent, freedom, and emotional honesty. These models also highlight the importance of tailoring relationships to fit the people in them, rather than forcing people to fit into a rigid model. But it's important to acknowledge that this path isn't for everyone. Just as some thrive in monogamous relationships, others find fulfillment in alternative structures. The larger point is that the diversity of love is part of a broader conversation about choice, the freedom to decide what kind of relationship best aligns with your values without shame or fear. And in embracing that diversity, society becomes more accepting of the many ways people can love and be loved. At the heart of this conversation lies one truth. It's not the shape of the relationship that matters most, but the integrity of the people in it. Whether someone chooses monogamy, polyamory, or something entirely different, what counts is that the choice is intentional, informed, and respectful. It's about building relationships where every person feels valued, heard, and secure, where boundaries are honored, trust is nurtured, and honesty is non-negotiable. The goal is not to convince everyone to adopt one model, but to create a world where we respect the right to choose, because love, in any form, should be guided by care, truth, and mutual respect. So perhaps the real question we should ask ourselves is not, what's the right kind of relationship, but are we living the kind of love that reflects who we truly are? And if the answer is yes, then maybe that's all that really matters.